Alright, it looks like we are good to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am your host, Adam. I'm one of the engine support techs up at Epic Games, so whenever you're talking on the forums or Answer Hub and you have questions or comments or bugs that you are reporting, typically you're talking to my department. So my focus in the department is landscape, foliage, BSPs, and mainly blueprints. Blueprints is kind of like my cup of tea. I do very little code, which I've been teaching myself lately. Materials and particle systems, and well, today we're actually going to be working on physics and blueprints. Physics and you. But so the stream in general is dedicated towards answering questions that are primarily blueprint related. If you have questions about any part of the engine, though, please feel free to post them into chat and I will take a look. I cannot promise that I will know the answer. I can promise I will at least have a look and give it a try. Having said that, we actually have two challenges going on right now. Two. Also, before I say that, I should tell everyone who's new here, my chat is over here, camera's here. So if you ever see me looking like this, it's because I'm reading chat. And it may take me a little bit because I get super focused on my work and talking and stuff that sometimes I miss what's being said in chat, and I will scroll back up and try to see it if I see stuff flashing over here. So that's that. Anyways, we have two challenges going on right now. The first one I have not even started on because, frankly, I'm terrified of it. Katatis Studios has challenged me to make a like tile-based movement game with Metal Gear Solid AI, which I'm not entirely sure what that entails. That's going to be a new one. But other than that, there is the next one, which was to make a shockwave type ability. So, like when you jump up in the air and you slam down, and the shockwave goes out and pushes physics objects away. And so I spent a good hour working on this because I couldn't get what I thought would work to work. And then it turns out that I just wasn't using big enough numbers with that. And I made an entirely new system for myself to actually get it to work, and then found out that this one node could do it anyways. But I decided my system was cooler, so we're going to do both. Okay, so trying to think of a name that does not involve a large green monster who smashes things due to licensing issues. We'll call it the Bulk. That's what we're going with. Yeah. Yeah, you like that? Like it? It's a good name. It's copyrighted now. You can't have it. Charge 30%. By the way, if at any time you have questions or anything, please feel free to post it in the chat. Hey, James, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And I am out of water. Huh. May have to go fix that in a little bit because my mouth is very dry. Probably from all the rapid talking for like 4 minutes straight. Because, 4 minutes will do that. Has nothing to do with the fact that I haven't been hydrating today very well at all. Or that I've been trying to avoid things like coffee. Hey, Bloody Bobby, how you doing? Oh, Valve's getting sued, huh? Well, that's interesting. Huh. Anyways, so this is our third-person template for those of you who have never touched the engine before, who have never looked at anything. We actually provide quite a number of templates with our little defaulto dude. That's what I call him. It's not his actual name. Anyways, so this is one of them. It just has standard, basic movements for a third-person character. Got to jump, got movement around, has some basic animations. So this is what we're going to be using to do our totally awesome thing. Now, first and foremost, I want to go ahead and get some cylinders set up. And these are going to be physics objects. So we go ahead and place a few in the level. Now, you'll notice I did not think ahead and did not simulate physics. Also, for either of these, oh, it's overusing a portal service to distribute, so basically the whole Steam concept, it sounds really... well, good luck suing Valve with that, because they've been doing that for quite a while. One of the main things, though, in this, for what I'm doing, you're going to need to set generate overlap events to true. In any actor that you want my way of doing things to work. I don't know if you need that for the radial force for the radial force component, but for what we're going to do, yes. Make sure you set that on all of your actors. Okay, so the first way, which is going to be the easy way, is simply using radial force. Now, when I first used this, I tried to use, I was like I think I had 1,000 radius, so pretty large radius. One of the things was making sure that there is fall off, so objects on the further end of the scale don't get hit as hard. You can change that with the fall off here. You can set that to linear, and that makes it weaker the further away it gets from the origin. You also want to make sure that you set world static, any objects that you want this to affect. You want to put in here. I may move up to 413. I haven't decided yet because all of my projects right now are on 411 and it's working. Like, I really have no reason to update. I might do so just for additional training purposes so that when people have questions about specific features and functionality that's 413 only, I can actually answer those. In fact, yeah, that is actually a legitimate reason for me to do so. So yes, I will be updating to 413 once the final release has come out. That is something that will happen. Okay, what was I doing? Right, radial force. Boom. Now, how to make it to where when you land, you do a shockwave. Well, first off, fuck this node. Oh, I don't need this at all. Cool, it's already up there. Why aren't you deleting? Piece of crap. Apparently my keyboard is deciding today of all days to be kind of a jerk. Okay. So, for the absolute most basic version of this, pull in radial force, fire impulse. And I want to do it on event on landed. That way it doesn't fire while we're in the air. So this is going to fire a radial force. It's going to fire radial force right wherever your player character is, unless you change the actual transform location, which you can do. You could set it to negative. Let's see. I think it. Trying to remember what the actual. I think it's negative 48. Would put it at your feet, because I think the capsule half height is 96. Yeah. So if you put it at 48, boom, you're now at your feet, basically. For this case, it's not really necessary that we do this, as we're not going to be using this for very long. Also, go ahead and I like to make sure that any component that I am using is not going to be affected. So, owning actor, not going to be affected by this. Now, you'll notice I left the strength at 1000. There's a reason I'm leaving it there, and this is the problem I had earlier. So, jump, and look, nothing is happening. You can tell they're definitely physics objects, but doing this is doing effectively nothing. Very, very little. This is where I found out that you need a much larger number. Like hundreds of thousands. Hey, Motorcep, how you doing? We're actually working on your thing right now. So, when you come in here, you go whoop. So that actually works. And it took 2 notes. But this is also incredibly boring. This is the way to do it if you're prototyping and you really don't feel like putting in a lot of additional work. Because I'm going to be honest, the stuff I did takes a little bit more. So yeah, this actually technically works. And for Motorstep, I will go ahead and show you. All it is, radial force component, fire impulse. Boom. If you want the super easy version of this, and it goes... That works. But I have a problem with this. My problem with this is that I have less control than I would like. Now, I could technically use radial force and modify variables to do what I want, but I like to do it really awful, obscure ways. So, when I was at work and I couldn't get this to work, I made my own. And I'm going to see if I can replicate that here. Because the first things first is that we don't just jump. And in fact, we only jump on release. We don't jump on pressed. On pressed, we're going to do a gate. Going to get character movement. God, that is one bug that really annoys me. Me trying to get the color here. Comet color alpha. There we go. Now I can see. Okay. So take this. We're going to get the jump Z velocity. Then we're going to set jump Z velocity. I'm going to do a branch. If this is greater than, let's say, 1500 for now, we'll adjust as needed. I think this starts at 420. So almost quadruple. And my phone's freaking out for some reason. Okay. So, got this. Boom, 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 boom. It's acting weird. Okay. Let's just... I don't need any of this. There. Event on landed. Okay, so we got our input action jump. I need to go ahead and timer by function name. Jump charge. And we're going to do this at 0.1 looping. Custom events, jump charge, plugged into gate, upon released, sequence, first, clear timer by function name, jump charge, Oh, so Motorstep, what I'm actually doing here can be applied almost universally. It's